Hey, it's Quadex here. I'm back with another video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already and like the video because this is going to be a long one and you're probably going to forget throughout it. Let's get into it. Changes. Naruto. What if Naruto was a year older? What if he had a twin sister and a younger sister? What if the Nine Tails hadn't been sealed into Naruto but into his younger sister? What if Minato and Kushina had lived? Would Naruto have been neglected so his Jinchuriki sisters could be trained? Chapter 1 Prophecy. Minato sighed. I'm so thankful he isn't. Without you, Naomi would have never been born. Naruto and Kara would have been orphaned, and everybody would know Kara's secret. He remembered the night 7 years ago, like it was yesterday. A masked man had kidnapped his daughter Kara after Kushina had birthed twins. It took everything Minato had to get Kara back and chase off the masked man. He then began sealing the Nine Tails into Kara, and Hiruzen interrupted, giving his own soul in exchange for Minato's. Minato stood and looked out over the village, just as Jiraiya walked into the room looking grim. Kid, we gotta talk. Minato looked at him confused. What is it, sensei? Jiraiya ran a hand through his hair. I heard a prophecy yesterday from the Great Toad. A child of my apprentice will either save the world or plunge it into darkness. Aided by she with the chains of destiny, they will defeat a grave threat to humanity. It's vague, but I think it's your daughters. With Kara having the Nine Tails, it's no doubt she'll be extremely powerful, and Naomi's chakra is almost exactly like Kushina's, so she will end up wielding chains. We must focus on their training. What of my son, Naruto? Minato asked. Jiraiya grimaced. You aren't gonna like this, but I think that we should only focus on your daughters. If they aren't close enough, they could fail, so we have to postpone Naruto's training. Minato narrowed his eyes dangerously. Are you suggesting we ignore my only son's training? Jiraiya returned a glare. Dang it, kid, the fate of the world is more important than his feelings. He may hate you, but at least he will be alive. That night, Minato made a decision that would change the course of history forever. Father! A small grinning blonde girl ran into the office. What is it, Kara? Minato asked, smiling gently. The mean man kept chasing me. The two Chunin burst into the room, breathing heavily. Hokage, your daughter vandalized the school, and he took a deep breath. Kara had led them on quite a chase, apparently. The young Naruto walked through the door. He had blue pants, black boots, a gray long sleeve shirt, and a beanie with his blonde hair sticking from the sides. He had his hands in his pockets and was smiling. Minato noted that Naomi wasn't in sight, so he assumed she was at home. Naruto sat down on a guest chair in the office, watching the scene unfold. Kara had darker blonde hair than Naruto, and looked more like their father. She wore a pair of blue pants, white boots, and a white shirt with red flames on the arms. Hey Kara, starting tomorrow, your dad and I will be starting your private training, Jiraiya told her. She got excited along with Naruto. You're gonna train me? That's right, Kara, Jiraiya replied, trying to hint that they wouldn't be training Naruto. I can't wait till tomorrow, she replied, Naruto nodding in agreement. Me either. Actually, Naruto, we will only be training Kara for now, Jiraiya told the boy, smiling. Naruto frowned. Why? Did I do something wrong? No, it's just that your sister has a power that's incredibly powerful and dangerous to anyone around. We have to focus on her intently. Please be patient. We'll start training you later, Minato answered for the Toad stage. Naruto looked disappointed. Okay, I guess. Chapter 2 Naruto's Secret Teacher. Naruto was upset. He'd been denied training yet again, and they'd even started training Naomi. Naruto was in training ground, crying after training himself into the ground. Hello, a light voice said from in front of him. Looking up, Naruto saw a man with black hair that framed his face, black eyes, ambu clothes, and a sword on his back. Naruto scrambled up to his feet, wiping his tears as he did so. Hi, the black-haired man grinned. You were out here training? Naruto nodded. That won't teach me anything. He only teaches my sisters. The man nodded sadly. My father behaved similarly to my younger brother, trying to train me. My name is Itachi Uchiha, by the way. Naruto shook Itachi's outstretched hand. Naruto Namikaze. How about I train you, Naruto? I could train you and Sasuke at the same time, Itachi asked. Naruto smiled brightly. You'd do that? Really, Itachi? Naruto's smile was infectious as Itachi matched it. Won't be easy though, you know. I'll train you till you hate me and then some. I'll promise you'll be way ahead of your classmates though. Naruto nodded. Can we start now? Itachi shrugged. Fine by me. How about a spar so I know where you're at? Naruto smiled and dropped into a sloppy stance that looked similar to the style Hyugas used. Naruto then shot forward. Itachi made mental notes that he should work on his strategies and taijutsu. Naruto went for a punch, but Itachi slapped his fist away and flicked his forehead. Naruto recovered and went for a jumping kick, but Itachi grabbed his legs and threw him towards India Puddle around 10 foot away. India Puddle? Okay. This went on for 2 hours and Naruto showed no signs of stopping, so Itachi stopped him. Enough. You need to work on your taijutsu style instead of mixing styles, you see. You should never rush into a straightforward fight with someone who outclasses you, and finally, you need a weapon. Naruto nodded, taking in the formation. Thanks, Itachi. You're welcome. Be back here every day at 7 in the morning. I'll get you the skills you need. Chapter 3, Training the Two Prodigies. Good to know you're punctual, Naruto. Itachi was on top of a training target beam that Naruto had been sitting beside. Sasuke then ran into the training ground. Big brother, don't start training without me, Sasuke called out. Itachi laughed. When Sasuke got close enough, Itachi poked his forehead. Meet your new training partner, Sasuke. Sasuke turned to Naruto. Hey, I know you. Your dad's the Hokage. Naruto scratched the back of his head. Yep, that's me. Nice to meet you, Sasuke. Alright, you two. 50 sprints around the training ground, Itachi told him. 50? You're crazy, Sasuke exclaimed. 60. Wanna talk some more? No, not. Get going. Itachi was deadly serious now. Training these two was important, he could tell. Training Naruto and Sasuke was incredible. Naruto was excellent with the taijutsu and chakra-heavy techniques. Sasuke was more rounded, being above average in ninjutsu, taijutsu, and genjutsu. Naruto learned 2 wind jutsus and 1 earth jutsu. Sasuke learned 5 fire jutsus and 2 lightning though he lacked the chakra to learn really destructive jutsu like Naruto. Naruto had begun hiding his strength from his family. Naruto, why do you hide your full power from everyone? Sasuke asked, after Itachi had left on an urgent mission. Naruto smiled sadly. Well, I asked Mom and Dad for training. I asked my sisters to help. I try just spending time with them every time I get shot down, and most times they ignore my presence altogether. Once graduation is here, I'll show them that they didn't hold me back by not training me. In fact, your brother is probably an even better teacher. I'll show everyone how powerful I am. Naruto clenched his fist. Determination is good and all, but I think you're bordering on obsession, Sasuke deadpanned. Naruto stood up and stretched his back and muscles. I'm surprised they haven't figured it out yet. I mean, Mom is supposed to be a censor. Oh well, see ya, Sasuke. Then Naruto walked home, feeling confused the more he tried to remember exactly why his father refused to train him. I'll find out eventually, he shrugged and winced. Sasuke landed a good kick earlier. I have no idea which chapter it is. Graduation day. Naruto was at the academy very early, excited for the test that would put him in his Genin squad. Everyone else showed up half an hour late. Kara did too and waved excitedly at Naruto, but he didn't even look at her. Sasuke showed up last, a loose-fitting white shirt and purple jacket tied around his waist. What's up, Sasuke? Sasuke waved at Naruto as he sat by his friend. So, exactly what are you gonna show? Naruto grinned. A lot. I'm gonna scare people. Think we should go all out in at least taijutsu? Sasuke nodded. Should be fun. Alright class, today the Hokage and his wife will be watching the exams to know who should be placed on what team. Show them the proper respect they deserve, Iruka called out. The class nodded, except for Naruto, who simply scoffed. First test is written. When I pass your papers out, complete them without talking and turn them back face down, Iruka-sensei told everyone. That was a boring 20 minutes. The only question Naruto couldn't remember was the 9-Dame Hokage's name. He shrugged. 9 out of 10 is good enough. Next up is Taijutsu. One at a time, I'll call you up for a fight with myself where I'll judge your skills with Taijutsu. Naruto stopped paying attention, only seeing 3 kids besides himself and Sasuke that were worthy. They were Neji Hyuga, Tenten Migurashi, and Rock Lee. Kara Namikaze, Iruka called out. Now Naruto focused on the fight instantly. He may be angry with them, but she was his sister. She shot forward quickly, throwing punches and kicks that Iruka looked impressed by. She was faster than the 3 before her, but lacked physical strength. She spun on her heel, aiming a spinning kick towards Iruka's head. He caught her ankle and pushed her back, making her lose balance and fall. Very good, Kara. I see you've been practicing. You get a perfect score, Iruka said as he helped her up. Next up, Naruto Namikaze. Naruto stood, noting angrily that his parents weren't even paying attention because they were too busy dotting over Kara. Iruka-sensei, what happens if we beat you? Naruto asked, still staring at his parents. Iruka laughed. Don't just assume you'll win. I'm a Chunin, you know, and you're still in the academy. Landing a single hit on me will be impressive. Naruto turned his eyes to his teachers. You didn't answer my question. Iruka looked mad. Alright, I'll give you a bonus 50 points on your final grade. Begin. I didn't take up a stance or anything. I remained calm, mirroring the way Itachi likes to fight. Then Iruka threw a punch that I moved my head. Why the POV changed? I hate first person writing. Then Iruka threw a punch that I moved my head just enough to dodge. He tried again, but I spun at speeds he couldn't follow and placed my hands on the ground and kicked him in the chin. The blow disoriented him, so I jumped up and drop-kicked his chest, sending him tumbling out of the ring. The class went deadly quiet. Minato and Kushina were staring at Naruto with wide eyes. Minato, I thought you said you couldn't teach him. Minato replied slowly, I didn't, but I want to know who had the gall to teach my son without my permission. Naruto heard this and was seething under his calm exterior. Oh, Hokage. I thought that if you didn't want to be around me, I'll go find people who do, and they helped with my training. I feel though that you're not mad someone trained me. You're mad that someone trained me better than you and your sister trained Kara. Then Naruto went and sat back down. Minato glared angrily at his son, but said nothing. He should be proud of how powerful Naruto became. But Naruto was right. He was pissed that someone trained Kara, twin brother, even better than he trained Kara. Kara walked over to Naruto. That was incredible, Naruto. If you want, we could train later. You could help me with my taijutsu and I'll help you with ninjutsu. Naruto grunted angrily. You don't even speak to me for months and now you do? You're only talking to me because you think I can help you become stronger than you are now. Sorry, but I refuse to be used by you or anyone else. So screw off. Naruto, don't talk to your sister like that, Minato yelled at him. Naruto glared. Yes, Hokage. You missed Sasuke's fight, by the way. Minato looked over. Sasuke had left Iruka in a crumbled heap on the floor, almost completely silently and quietly. Two getting able to completely demolish a seasoned Chunin. It's pretty incredible. Taizen, the assistant Chunin instructor, said to Minato from behind. Minato nodded. He could give him that. Next up is ninjutsu. Perform transformation, substitution, and clone. For extra credit, you can do a jutsu you practiced on your own, Iruka said, just now having stood up. When it came to Kara, Minato looked at Iruka. She has a medical condition that prevents her from doing regular clones. She will be doing another type. Iruka nodded. It was special treatment, but he couldn't argue with the Hokage. She did the first 2 easily and then created 10 shadow clones. She held her hands together and created a wobbly ball of chakra. Rasengan, she called out proudly. Naruto nearly laughed at her pathetic Rasengan. It looked like it'd fall apart if a light breeze hit it. Very good, Kara. 105. Perfect score. Next up, Naruto Namikaze. Unlike his sister, Naruto did 3 jutsu normally, not bothering with showing his ninjutsu to his father. Sasuke did the 3 plus the Fire Style Grand Fireball. The Rookie of the Year ended up being Sasuke, then Naruto, then Kara. Team placements. Itachi's side. He was now a normal Jonin commander in the Hokage's office. Please, Hokage, may I make a request? Itachi asked. Naruto nodded. Make it quick. I'm still deciding team placements. That is actually why I'm here. I request to be the Jonin sensei of Naruto and Sasuke, Itachi replied. Minato looked at Itachi astonished. It was you. You helped them get strong. Itachi nodded. Yes, they're both prodigies unlike anything I've ever seen. Your son is actually... I'll grant you your request on one condition, Minato interrupted. Itachi smiled. Named it. I want your third pupil to be Kara, Minato said eventually. Wouldn't that make our team really overpowered? Itachi asked curiously. It might, I'll admit, but you trained Naruto with less time, but he's already stronger than Kara, and I've been training her for longer. I suspect you could do the same with Kara, Minato explained. Itachi knew Naruto wouldn't be happy, but it was the only way. Thank you, Hokage. Naruto passed out in the training ground after a long day of training. Naruto, my descendant, you must wake up. Naruto's eyes shot open. Who's there? An elderly man with horns and a staff appeared in front of him. There was nothing around them for miles. Everything was black and a slight wind was blowing through. Hello, Naruto. Who am I is unimportant. I simply come here to offer you a gift. A gift that has been lost to mankind for a very long time. He held out his hand. Naruto studied his hand. What's the gift? A power that was limited to my brother and I. We used it to save the world many times. What I have for you is a special form of chakra. I feel you are required to save the world. Will you accept this gift, child of the prophecy? The man extended his hand a little more. Naruto nodded with determination. I accept. Then Naruto grabbed his hand. Power filled his body to the brim and beyond. Naruto screamed his pain as he fainted. Power still growing inside of him. For a brief moment, Naruto's chakra became aqua colored. Sage's cloak. Naruto opened his eyes. He felt power like never before and grinned, idly noticing his body was glowing with flaming green chakra. Then his body gave out and the cloak disappeared. What was that? Naruto breathed. It was the gift I gave you. I suppose the chakra to this area so that you didn't terrify your village. The man from before said in my head. How can I hear you? Naruto asked aloud. I can speak through your mind. Remember, child, protect Earth. Protect it from what? Naruto asked. No reply came. The next day at the academy, Naruto had his feet propped against his desk and was leaning back, listening to the team announcements. Team 9, Neji, Tenten, and Lee. Your Jonin is Might Guy, Iruka read out. Team 10, Sasuke, Kara, and Naruto. Your Jonin is Itachi. Naruto's eyes widened. His father must have figured out what Itachi was, the reason he'd gotten so strong. Then the lights all flickered out for a moment. When everyone could see again, they saw Itachi sitting on Iruka's desk. Naruto, Sasuke, and Kara, join me on the roof. Then he disappeared into black wisps of smoke. How'd he do that? Kara asked surprised. Itachi is better at genjutsu than even Kurenai. He's one of the village's most powerful Jonin, Iruka answered. Naruto didn't hear that though because he was halfway up the stairs. Itachi smiled at his students who just got to the roof. Naruto a few minutes earlier. It's good to know each other, alright? I'm Itachi Uchiha. I like candy, training, Naruto, and Sasuke. Right, just leave out the least other student in your team. I dislike arrogance, stupidity, and anyone who hurts someone I care about. My dream is to marry a beautiful girl and have cute kids in a peaceful world. You next, Sasuke. Sasuke sighed. My name is Sasuke Uchiha. I like tomatoes. I dislike people who smell bad. My dream is to become the most powerful ninja in the world. Naruto, Itachi prompted. Naruto looked at him boredly. I'm Naruto Namikaze. I like my friends, training, and reading. I dislike, Naruto glanced to the Hokage Tower, certain individuals. My dream is to... I haven't thought about it really. Kara, Itachi prompted again. Kara smiled. I'm Kara Namikaze. I like foxes, training, and being the best. I dislike weaklings and people who ignore me, and a person named Kurama. Itachi nodded, wondering who Kurama was. Alright, we start missions tomorrow. I'm supposed to give you a test, but I've given the test to Naruto and Sasuke before, so they know the answer. Basically, your teammates are your new family. Protect them, help them, and cover their backs. Today, we will be training. I want Kara doing the water walking exercise with chakra weights on. When you can do it for at least 20 minutes, I'll teach you a jutsu. Naruto, Sasuke, you two will be perfecting your weapon training. Sibling anger. Today team, you will be learning your nature affinity. Each of you grab a chakra paper and channel chakra into it. Itachi told his Genin team. Kara looked happy, then decided to do hers quickly. Once she did, it turned out to be lightning, like Sasuke. Yeah, strong element indeed. Naruto chuckled. All elements can be powerful. It's up to you to make it strong. Naruto channeled chakra into his own paper, making it split in half. I already knew my element, so does Sasuke. Why don't you just give Kara a paper instead of having us do it too? Kara snickered at Naruto. Mad because you got wind? Itachi raised an eyebrow. Kara, wind has an advantage over lightning, and wind is the most versatile of all 5 elements. Naruto is working on creating fire by vibrating it at a fast pace. And I knew a man who could focus it to drain the oxygen in certain areas to render fire and lightning completely useless. She grunted. How do I make lightning then? Itachi handed her a small light bulb. Make the light up. That's step 1. Naruto, Sasuke, you two can already use your element for jutsu. I got you both a new technique. He tossed one to Sasuke. I bargained it from Kakashi. It's called Chidori, an A-rank assassination jutsu. Get started. He smirked at Naruto. For you, I figured you needed something that would be similar to the Chidori. It's called Kaze no Yari, Wind Spear. You two get started. I'll help Kara. Naruto and Sasuke walked off together, obviously going to train together. Once Naruto started reading the scroll, he realized just what this jutsu could do that was special, which should have been obvious by the name. It's based from his spear tip made of wind around your hand. Then it can be stretched to great length and even thrown like an actual spear. It was awesome. Once he told Sasuke, Sasuke replied that he thinks the Chidori may be able to stretch in a similar way, but maybe not thrown. They each got to work trying to outdo the other. My blind heart. Naruto was walking home. Bandages covered his entire right arm, from small cuts caused by his Kaze no Yari. He hadn't perfected it, so he could cut himself if he lost his concentration. Then Naruto turned, sensing a familiar chakra. Hinata? She stepped out from behind some bushes looking embarrassed. Hi, Naruto. Naruto smiled at her. I see you passed. I'm glad. She blushed at that. He's glad I passed, she thought happily. Just heading home, but I kinda wanna put it off for a while. You wanna get dinner with me? My treat, Naruto asked, scratching his cheek nervously. Like a date? She asked, stuttering. Naruto looked away nervously. I guess it could be called that. His face had a light pink shade on his cheeks. Then she walked back and forth uneasily. Yes, she got out meekly. Naruto jumped. Yay. She smiled, being slightly less nervous after seeing that. New prophecy. Minato sighed. He was supposedly doing the right thing, but he didn't feel like he was. Since Jiraiya came by yesterday, he felt terrible. Jiraiya said something had changed the prophecy. Now it said this great battle shall determine Earth's fate. One whose heart burns with fire shall rise to either warm us with that fire or destroy us with it. The offspring of the 10 tails will be our only hope. Minato assumed that meant Kara, since the 9-tailed fox was a part of the 10 tails. He would start training her even harder when she isn't with Itachi, starting by giving her full control over the 9 tails. Too bad he didn't know that the 10-tailed Charles were actually the Rukido Sennin and his older twin. The older twin as Naruto, the Tenegon, so he could also be the answer. Minato called Kara to his office. Time to pull the Kyuubi's power away from it. Yeah, Dad? She asked once in his office. We're going into your seal. It's time we took the Kyuubi's power for you, Minato told her with determination. She nodded and held out her fist for Minato to bump. Over 2 hours later, Minato fell back, chakra exhaustion evident. Kara's eyes shot open, glowing red with slitted pupils. Her body was covered in red marks that flowed around her like flames. Kara? Minato asked nervously. She glared at him and took a menacing step towards him. Then her eyes turned orange and the red chakra became orange. She shook her head, ridding her mind of the powerful red dark influence. There's so much hate in this chakra. She grabbed her head as the influence got stronger. She screamed in pain. The red chakra threw Minato back and a voice came from Kara that wasn't her own. Fourth Hokage, you've made a grave mistake. Her will isn't strong enough to resist the darkness of my chakra. She's going to become a monster. Shut up, you dang fox. At the end, her voice turned to normal and she grunted, straining to release the powerful chakra. When it disappeared, she fell unconscious. Minato picked her up. Don't worry, I'll help you with the chakra. So will Itachi, since his Sharingan can control the 9 tails. Minato! Kushina kicked the doors of the office open, shattering them when they hit the wall. I felt the Kyuubi's chakra. Where's Kara? It's alright. I help her get the Kyuubi's chakra from him. There was a bit of hiccup, but everything is fine now, he said, not mentioning what the Kyuubi said. First day. I don't want to do this one, but sure. Come on, Hinata. She grabbed her hand and began jogging to his favorite ramen stand. All Hinata could think was, Naruto's holding my hand. Her face was red and she had a big smile on her face, giggling and trying to keep up with the blonde Namikaze. When they got there, Naruto asked for a bowl of spicy chicken ramen, while Hinata got a beef ramen. So Hinata, how's training? Naruto asked awkwardly. She poked her fingers together. It's fine. I've been learning ninjutsu in secret because my clan looks down on ninjutsu. Naruto looked bewildered. They look down on ninjutsu? Why? An S-class ninjutsu sometimes has the destructive power to level entire villages. With taijutsu, you'd have to open all 8 gates to do that, and even then, you'll die. She nodded. I know. They only fight at close range with the Gyuken. Many of our clansmen have been killed by long-range specialists. Naruto frowned. Maybe I could help you train. I mean, if I asked and you wanted to. Them saying you couldn't accept my help would be an insult to the son of the Hokage. Plus the Uchiha clan, because that's who trained me. She nodded. That might work. Wow, I just realized you haven't studied since we got here. It's really nice to hear you properly. You got a nice voice, Naruto interrupted happily. Hinata blushed. Thank you, Naruto. After a couple of hours, Naruto decided to walk her home. Hey, Hinata? Yes, Naruto? She asked softly. Could we do this again in a couple of days? He asked, hoping beyond hope she'd say yes. She nodded, smiling at her crush. I'd like that. He grinned at her. Great. I mean, that's cool. He hugged her quickly and ran off, leaving her at the doorstep in a happy daze, jumping around like the happiest man in the village. Wave mission. Minato sighed, still exhausted from expending all his chakra the night before. Father, can we have a better mission? Kara asked. Itachi raised an eyebrow while Sasuke looked interested. Naruto looked indifferent. Itachi, do you think they're ready for something like this? Minato asked quietly. Itachi nodded. Not honestly, they could probably handle a B rank. Minato nodded and smiled. Alright, Team Itachi. You will be going to Wave Country to defend the bridge builder from any and all threats. Your mission ends when the bridge is complete. Do you accept? Everyone nodded at that, even though Naruto didn't look at his father. Good. Be at the gate with enough supplies for 2 weeks in an hour. Dismissed. Everyone left after Minato dismissed them. Once at the gate, Naruto sat down by the wall. Sasuke sat in a tree, and Itachi stood by the gate. Kara arrived moments later and tried to sit beside Naruto, only for him to get up and walk off. She got mad and nearly yelled, but Tazuna finally arrived, smelling of alcohol. This is the super team of super ninja I hired. They look like a bunch of super brats to me. You look like a super fat drunk piece of crap, Kara yelled irritably. Kara Namikaze, the client is paying for our services. That means he may talk to us in any way he pleases. Oh, I don't like the way that sounds. Besides, you do look like a super brat, Itachi told her. We are ninja. We preserve even if the client is a prick, Sasuke added. Naruto walked past her. You said you were ready for this. Let's go. Screw you. You're just mad I can control the Nine Tails now, she yelled after Naruto. He turned to her with a glare. I didn't even know that, and it only makes my respect for you even less. Did you even try talking with me before subjugating him? I bet it was the Hokage's idea, right? You know, ripping his chakra away like that makes you no better than a thief or a person owner, like the bad kind of person owner. Well, I would assume every kind of person owner is bad, but still. She was stunned. She never knew the QB spoke English until she and her father took his power. That doesn't make you strong either. Strength doesn't come from being able to call upon a tailed beast. Naruto walked off, followed by Itachi and Sasuke. Kara walked after them, deep in thought. Demon. The fog around Team Itachi was too thick to see very far. This isn't natural fog. Naruto, get rid of it, Itachi told his team. Naruto nodded and did 4 hand signs. Wind stall, great breakthrough. The powerful wind blew away from the group, getting rid of the fog around them for miles. Then Itachi vanished and everyone turned around at the sound of a thud. Looking behind him, Sasuke saw Itachi holding the biggest sword he'd ever seen, and his Sharingan was active. Kara spun on her heel at the sound of gruff laughter. You kids have a competent sensei, but you 3 are just playing ninja. Itachi Uchiha. You're very famous, you know. My bingo book lists you as an S-class threat with an extremely high bounty, known for being extremely talented in ninjutsu, genjutsu, taijutsu, and kenjutsu. If you really are S-class, then I doubt I could kill you. Let's make a deal. You give me the bridge builder, and I don't kill your team. Itachi smirked. How about you try it, especially since I've got your sword. Zabuza laughed. I could. Then he froze. If you're gonna kill someone, do it. I can cast powerful genjutsu if you look at my Sharingan. Itachi then hurled the kunai. Why would he tell him that? Only for it to be deflected by needles and for 2 people to appear in front of the frozen Zabuza. One was about 5'6" with a typical Anbu mask and robes. The other was almost 6 foot with black hair, blue eyes, and heavy muscles. He wore black baggy pants tucked into his brown leather boots. He had a red muscle shirt and a short sword at his side that was almost 2 feet long and 3 inches wide and a straight blade. The shorter one grabbed Zabuza and vanished using body flicker. I'll see you guys again real soon, okay? The large man asked. Then he vanished as well. Naruto grinned. The guy was special, he could tell. Bridge building. Alright, super ninjas. This is my super home, Tazuna called out, loudly and clearly drunk. Itachi chuckled. You may want to lie down, Tazuna. He nodded sagely. You're right, I deserve a super nap. Then he passed out on the floor. Team, promise me you won't become alcoholics, Itachi sighed. You must be the ninjas that my dad hired. A pretty woman with brown hair and an orphan walked into the room. Naruto was reminded vaguely of Ayame from Ichiraku. Nice to meet you. I am Itachi Uchiha. This is my brother Sasuke, and my other student Naruto, and Kara Namikaze. She blushed slightly at Itachi speaking to her. I'm glad I'll make you go dinner. I'll go make you dinner. She walked into the kitchen. Naruto raised an eyebrow. I've noticed that nearly all women are attracted to Itachi. Think it's part of your bloodline? Don't be stupid, Sasuke said, annoyed. Kara looked away nervously. This got Sasuke's attention and caused him to groan. Kara walked outside, obviously angry. Naruto, follow your sister outside. There are enemy nin around us trying to kill Tazuna. I don't think they won't kill her to weaken us, Itachi told Naruto. Naruto sighed but did as he was told. She was walking through the forest looking angry. Naruto stealthily followed through the trees, watching her intently. She looked like she was getting mad at something. Dang fox, answer me, she sank to her knees. Why? Why can't Naruto be proud of me like mom and dad and baby sister? Why does he hate me? She punched the ground. Naruto sighed. I don't hate you, Kara. She looked over at him, tears streaming down her cheeks. What are you doing here? Making sure you don't get attacked by enemy shinobi? Kara, I want you to know I never hated you. I resented you when we were kids because our parents never wanted to spend time with me. Only you and our little sister. I cried a lot. Not knowing why mom and dad didn't like me was terrible. They always put me off in the dark and held you two in the light. So I found comfort in friends. I thought it was enough, but it wasn't. I still resent you. But I do want to try to be your brother. Naruto looked ashamed of the way he'd been acting, but not quite ready to just stop. Kara jumped up and hugged him tightly. I'm sorry, Naruto. I didn't know. Naruto returned the hug and felt a chunk of his chakra release stepping back. He noted 3 black spears floating around him. What the? Kara poked one and jumped in shock. It disrupted my entire chakra network. Naruto grabbed one, finding the humming vibration it made to be comforting. What is this? The other 2 floated lazily around him. Naruto, what are these things? Did you make them? No idea, but I did feel my chakra drop just before they appeared. I'll ask Itachi, Naruto replied. Dagura. Naruto sat in an unoccupied part of the bridge, staring at the 3 floating orbs around him. They would float lazily around him and randomly unless he focused on them, in which case they become faster and more predictable. So far, he found that the faster they go, the longer they get, like they're stretching. Then Naruto held out his hands to one and willed it to change shape completely. It became a long black staff and the other 2 orbs gravitated towards the top. Oh, too bad I don't know how to use a staff. I'll get Itachi to help me. Then he changed it to a black ring with 3 thick blades sticking from it. Wonder what else I can make it. Then he felt a presence behind him and jumped to his feet, the orbs returning to their original shape and traveling in a circle around his body. Naruto didn't know why they were circling him at chest height, at arm's reach, but he didn't care. Calm yourself. I'm not here to fight. Yet. The voice was powerful, confident, like he knew he couldn't be beaten. Naruto saw the muscular man from before. My name is Dagura no Tisho. I'm here to ask you to leave. He sat down and leaned against the railing. How will we just leave? You're here alone. What if I can beat you now? Naruto asked. The man laughed. I'm virtually indestructible because of one of my 2 bloodlines. It's commonly known as Black Steel Release. I can turn part of or all of my body into black steel, which is harder than diamond. My other bloodline comes from my mother, Lava Release. I and my friend Haku would much rather not have to end you. Zabuza would rather end you, and especially your sensei. Please leave, so I don't have to end you. Naruto looked sad, so I don't have to end you again. Naruto looked sadly at him. Again? He nodded. My friend Haku, he's too innocent and pure to kill anyone, preferring to disable with his needles, so when he can't, I kill them. Naruto sighed. I'm sorry, we're not going anywhere. Naruto pulled the kunai and shot forward quickly. The man made no attempt to block as the blade hit his chest. Instead of killing him, the blade tips bent and it snapped in half. I told you, kid, I'm indestructible. Then he stood and walked off, leaving Naruto to his thoughts. Battle on the Bridge Part 1. Itachi had the team stay on the bridge for the next few days when finally it was attacked. Zabuza charged Itachi, making sure to look away from his sensei to avoid genjutsu. Haku attacked Sasuke and Naruto told Kara to defend Tazen at all costs while he fought Dagura. She nodded, eyes orange with the Kyuubi's chakra. Naruto and Dagura exchanged a few punches, feeling each other out when Dagura's right arm turned black with a metal sheen and he backhanded Naruto across the chest, sending him back a dozen feet. Kid, I'd honestly rather not end you, so please, back off, he said, as the black steel began to creep up his neck. Naruto stood up. You think you'll scare me with that love tap? Please. Dagura's eyes turned red. Glowing orange cracks appeared over the metal, and the heat burned his shirt away but left his pants intact. Must be heat resistant. Then his fist turned into lava. Last chance, kid. Naruto grinned and did 3 hand signs. Wind style, multi-air bullet. Then he spit 4 beams of pressurized air that could easily puncture any normal metal, but did nothing to the black steel that Dagura's body was made of. Then Dagura charged, too fast for Naruto to react. To Naruto, everything slowed down dramatically. Dagura was 4 feet from him with his lava fist reared back. The heat burned against Naruto's skin. His mouth was dry. He felt fear. He knew this was the end. Then, everything went black. Dagura stepped back from his attack. The entire middle of the bridge was now a sinking pit of lava. Nothing could have survived his ultimate attack. I wish I hadn't had to end you, kid, he muttered sadly. Don't think I'm done yet. Dagura looked up. There was a large black sphere rising from the lava. What the... Then it landed away from the lava and shrunk into 3 much smaller spheres around an unharmed Naruto. It appears you have a powerful bloodline, Dagura acknowledged. Naruto grinned as one spear became a short staff, like a blunt sword. You know, instead of ending the bridge builder, Gata could have just gotten you to destroy it once it was done to shatter their morale. That's just cruel, but Gata isn't very intelligent, so he'd never have thought of that, Dagura replied, secretly happy that Naruto wasn't dead. Naruto glanced to his left and saw that Sasuke was trapped in a weird dome of floating ice mirrors. Kaze no Yari. Naruto spun and hurled a wind spear at the ice dome, cutting a perfect hole as big around as a dime in 2 mirrors and cutting Haku's leg. Your fight is with me, Dagura charged him again. Battle on the Bridge Part 2. Sasuke was strapped on Haku, and Haku was moving much too fast to land a hit. Needles were everywhere, and Sasuke had dodged most of them, but a couple were sticking from his back. Sasuke's Sharingan just barely able to track the movements. Then Haku dashed towards Sasuke from behind, hoping to knock him unconscious. However, a piercing notice was heard and Haku yelled out and grabbed his side. A deep gash from what looked like a winjutsu. Haku cursed. Your friend hit me. Must have been a lucky shot. Now I'll have to beat you quickly. Haku charged again, but he was just barely over half his earlier speed, so Sasuke was able to keep up and fight back. Itachi smirked at Zabuza. You know, you should just take your apprentice and leave. I have no qualms about killing you, but I'd rather my team get some experience before getting their first kills. Zabuza glared at the Uchiha. Itachi was making a fool out of him without even trying to use genjutsu. Zabuza had cuts in his chest and a bruise over his eye, where Itachi hit him with a powerful blow. Itachi Uchiha was S-class. Zabuza was A-class. It really shouldn't be surprising that Itachi couldn't beat him. Zabuza, this is your last chance, Itachi said, eyes going cold. Zabuza ripped his mask off and spit out some blood. Take your best shot, Uchiha. Itachi's Sharingan changed to look like a strange shuriken and he spoke. So be it. Naruto was amazed by the orbs around him. He hit Dagura in the head and the black steel fell off him like leaves from a dying tree. Now Dagura lay at his feet and Naruto smiled. He knocked out a very powerful opponent but was running on around 10% of his normal chakra reserves. He fell to his knees, panting heavily and sweating. Then he passed out beside the larger man. Haku, we don't have to fight, we could. He was interrupted by Haku throwing needles at him, forcing him to use kunai to deflect them. Sasuke then felt his brother's chakra become heavy in the air. Dang it, he's using it. Haku removed the mask. Using what? Itachi's ace in the hole. His Mangekyo Sharingan. It gives him access to power that obliterate any ninja. If we don't stop this, your master will die. Is this what you want? Sasuke yelled at him. The mirrors turned to water and Haku stood before Sasuke, gripping her side. Fine. If you try to hurt Zabuza, I'll end you. Itachi could beat all of us at the same time with his Mangekyo, Sasuke said grimly. Itachi's left eye began to bleed and he whispered, Amaterasu. Luckily for Zabuza, a wall of ice appeared in front of him and delayed the black fire so they could move. Itachi went to do it again, but Sasuke yelled, Stop, Itachi! Foolish little brother. Then he closed his bleeding eyes and focused with the other one on Zabuza. Haku's too weak to continue fighting and Naruto beat Dagura. Zabuza looks like he could pass out at any moment. This fight is over. You don't have to kill them, Sasuke told him. If I don't, he will come back, Itachi said gravely. Looks like Zabuza is just a baby demon after all, said a fat man with glasses and a business suit. Itachi opened up both eyes to glare at the newcomer and his army of bandits. Friend of yours, Zabuza. Zabuza grunted. He's the one who hired me. Itachi nodded. Sasuke, I will spare Zabuza and his apprentice, but I will end Gato. He opened his eyes a bit wider, his Sharingan spinning at crazy speed. All his mercenaries. Then the entire area erupted into black fire. Not one bandit was spared. What power? Zabuza breathed. Zabuza breathed? I don't know. Glad he didn't get hit. Then Itachi commanded the flames to be out. He couldn't do that in canon. All that remained of those men were the burned ground. Itachi clamped a hand over the eye and his Sharingan deactivated. Itachi, you can't keep using that power. It hurts you. Wait till I get mine so we can switch, Sasuke said to him. Go get Naruto, Kara, and Tazuna. I'll watch him. Itachi glared at Zabuza, who was sitting down leaning on Haku. Deal. Zabuza, I want to offer the three of you sanctuary in our village, Kara told the man before her. How would you have any pull in a village, Genin? He asked, his rough voice curious. She smiled. Because my father's the Hokage. Zabuza looked relieved. I'm really glad we didn't end you. Having the yellow flashed after us would be a definite death sentence. So, what do you say? She asked again. He thought for a moment before shrugging. Sounds fine to me. I hear he's a nice guy when he's not slaughtering people. Great, she grinned in a way that made her look like Naruto. Whatever, all I know is there's a lake down there and I plan on swimming. Naruto walked past them, stripping down to his boxers, Sasuke and Itachi doing the same. An idea, Naruto, Itachi said as he rid himself of his shirt. Kara got a devious smirk on her face. Think I know how to appeal to Sasuke. She ran inside and borrowed a bikini from Tazunami. Luckily, she had an orange one and changed quickly. When she got back down to the water, she saw Sasuke laying in the sand with his legs in the water while Itachi, Dagura, Zabuza, and Naruto were wrestling and dunking each other. This story is interesting, you could say. Tazuna's daughter sat beside Sasuke with only her bra. Okay, you know what? He didn't even glance at either of them, unlike Kara. He didn't even glance at either of them until Kara got close, and even then he only smirked and chuckled odd. Should've known you'd find some orange. Kara blushed and looked disappointed, then angry. She stood him up and grabbed the back of his hair and squished his face in between her assets. Like orange now? I bet you just love orange now. Then she pushed him back. Okay. Sasuke sat there on the ground, red-faced with, You know what? I'm done. Alright, next chapter. Anger. Minato glared at Zabuza, Haku, and Dagura. Let me get this straight. You attacked the Konoha team, with my daughter on it, no less, and have the gal to ask for citizenship. Kara noticed sadly for the first time that her dad mentioned her, but not Naruto. Itachi placed a hand on her shoulder to keep her quiet. Minato sighed. The only reason I'm saying yes is because you are bringing 3 capable shinobi, 3 bloodlines, and one of the 7 ninja blades of the mist. You will be on probation and receive my seal. All it does is allow me to teleport to you in the blink of an eye, meaning if you turn traitor, I'll cut you down and it'll be impossible to run away. Zabuza nodded grimly, knowing that even without the seal, Minato Namikaze was the fastest shinobi on the planet. Dagura laughed inwardly. Unless the fourth had powers like his son that negated his own, he couldn't do much other than tag him. Haku didn't care. He liked it here. Itachi stepped forward. As you can see, the 3 of us are very tired. If it's not too much trouble, we'd like to take a week off to recuperate. I hear Jiraiya wants to teach Kara the sage arts. I want permission to take Naruto to learn to use what I believe is a new bloodline. Minato looked curious. A new bloodline? You sure it's not Kushina's chains? Positive. So far, there are 3 small orbs that float around him at all times. Unless he hides them like he is now. He can change their shape at will, and they come to his aid if he's about to be hit and he can't dodge it. They are extremely durable, able to withstand tremendous force and heat, and they repel chakra, Itachi told him calmly. Naruto, show me these orbs, Minato commanded. Naruto held up his hand, showing 3 black rings on his right hand, fingers except his pinky. They then floated off and changed to their regular form and began floating around the room. Naruto, can you give one to me? Minato asked. If you want your chakra control shot to... the hot place. For about half an hour for just touching one, Naruto chuckled darkly. That a threat? Minato asked coldly. Not at all, Hokage. Naruto's reply actually sent a slight shiver down Minato's spine, and he realized that Naruto hasn't called him a dad in years. He knew why. He ignored the boy at every turn in favor of his sisters, but for the fate of the world, he will bear his son's anger, if only he knew. Naruto, would you like to learn the Rasengan? I can give you the steps, Minato offered, hoping his son wouldn't be quite so angry. I'll pass. Gotten this far without you. I don't need any help from you. Naruto's reply was a bit harsh, but he'd never admit that. Naruto, come on, this is an A-rank jutsu. You don't see many of these out there. Minato tried again. I've got 3 A-rank techniques that Itachi gave me, without me ever asking. I asked you hundreds of times to help me, or even to just spend time with me, so no, I don't want your jutsu. Naruto's normally calm demeanor cracked. He widened his eyes and took a deep breath. I apologize for my outburst. I'll accept whatever punishment you deem necessary. Minato felt his words cut deeper than any kunai. Everyone's dismissed. Naruto, I'd like for you to stay a moment. He sighed. Is that an order as my Hokage? Minato answered. If it needs to be. Fine, Naruto answered, locking his fingers behind him, his orbs moving wider and more erratic arcs. Minato stood up when they left and leaned against his desk, in front of Naruto. Was I so bad a father that you truly hate me? Naruto remained silent, but his glare spoke for him. I want to try not... Naruto punched his father in the gut, doubling him over. Don't. I don't want you anymore. I'm not the same kid who begged for your attention. You might be feeling guilt now, but that doesn't change all the years where you literally acted as if I wasn't there. You and Kushina must have hated me since birth. Never had birthday parties like Kara and Naomi. You two never tucked me in, never told me everything was alright, never spoke to me unless I get into trouble, never told me good job or gave me a compliment. I don't know why you two hated me, but you can both take your excuses elsewhere. I don't want him. Itachi's more of a father to me than you ever been. And again, anyone who's ever cared about me has been more of a father to me than you. Naruto had tears in his eyes as he stepped back, realizing what he'd done, and he ran. As fast as he could run out of the tower. Minato thought about going after his son, but knew it wouldn't change anything. Anbu, why don't you stop his punch? He asked sadly. Anbu pulled his mask off, revealing none other than Kakashi Hatake. Because, if even half of that is true, then you deserved it. Naruto was running at full speed. Tears framed his cheek, but the wind he was generating would blow them away. Then he bumped into someone and sent them tumbling. When they stopped rolling, Naruto saw it was Hinata that he had run into, and she was currently on top of him. Oh, I really don't want to do this chapter. Naruto stood and helped Hinata up. Hey, sorry I bumped into you. She brushed a tear off Naruto's cheek. Why are you crying? He took her hands into his own. A lot of things, but I feel better now. Can we go somewhere? I want to get out of here for a while. Let's go. She pulled him backwards, not aware of what direction it was and not caring in the slightest. They made their way to a training ground eventually. The teens sat on the ground and the orbs floating around Naruto gave off a faint greenish blue light. Naruto was leaned against the training pole with Hinata's right beside him. Hinata, I don't know what to feel right now. She nodded. Will you tell me what happened? She asked. Naruto sighed, then told her everything from him being neglected all the way to punching his father. You see, Hinata, I'm damaged. You don't need friends like... She silenced him by kissing him. Naruto... Oh my god. Okay. Naruto, you have your problems, but I'm always admired you for being able to endure them and still smile. I watched you since we were children. After you saved me from bullies after school, I was always too shy to actually talk to you, but we have a very similar situation. Father ignores me for younger sister, and ever since mother died, he hasn't said much to me. He told me I was pathetic just this morning for losing to my sister. Naruto, admire your will of fire that lets you keep getting up no matter what. I've always ran behind you trying to catch up, but now I want to be by your side to face down your obstacles together. Naruto was stunned, happy beyond belief, but stunned. Hinata. She smiled softly. Now, who's got a stuttering problem? She slipped at the end, her previous courage fading with the butterflies in her stomach. Naruto pulled her close as he could, just holding her. I don't know what to say. What you just confessed is overwhelming. Why would you want to stand by me? Because I love you, always have. Hinata, I'll never lie to you, so I can't say I love you back just yet, but I want the chance to be able to. I'll definitely like you more than any other girl, so please will you be my... Naruto was interrupted by another kiss. Hinata giggled. You don't have to ask. Naruto, blah 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 blah. Minato, something happened big time. Jiraiya stood in Minato's office. Minato glared. Another prophecy change? Jiraiya nodded. I don't know how it's possible because prophecies are usually permanent with little to no change. The great told me the death of she who binds shall mark beginning. The one who wears the sage cloak and seeks the truth will either protect or decimate the world, and the one of all seeing eyes will be the key. Should she fall, the world will follow suit. The toad said that this prophecy is different, almost set in stone. But who has the sage's cloak? A power like that would definitely be easy to notice, right? Minato groaned. Sensei, I'm starting to see why we shouldn't know the future. If you didn't tell me the first prophecy, I'd never have ignored Naruto, and he wouldn't hate me. Jiraiya smiled sadly. Kid, that's what it means to be Hokage. To sacrifice everything for the sake of those precious to you. I recommended you because you would be able to make the hard choice that weaker men wouldn't. If you bear his hatred and succeed in protecting everyone, at least he'll be safe. Then Minato's eyes widened. Wait, Naruto just unlocked the new bloodline. What if they're part of the sage's cloak? If I'm right, then we've been looking at this all wrong. He stood up angrily. Kid, the Jinchuriki of the Nine-Tail gets a sage cloak if they master all 9 tails, Jiraiya told him. The one who binds. Think it means Kushina or Naomi's chakra chains. Minato asked as he dismissed his earlier idea. Jiraiya nodded. Figured as much, but the best we can do is protect them. Where are they? Minato cursed. Dang it, Naomi's on a mission on Kiri. Anbu, get Team Itachi. You've got 5 minutes. I send them, Jiraiya asked. Because Itachi can fight nearly anyone alive, Minato told him. Race to Kiri. Naruto, Itachi, Sasuke, and Kara were moving at full speed, stopping only when absolutely necessary. Naruto was feeling something strange, like his power was changing at its base level. Sasuke had his now fully matured Sharingan active, keeping his eyes out for enemies. The Sharingan slows things down, increases perception exponentially, and allows the user to see chakra, so he figured it was a good idea. Itachi had his open, but only so he could see, otherwise he'd be mostly blind. Kara was the only one excited. She figured that if their dad thought it best to send them, then it can't be that bad. Naomi, move! Neji yelled over the fighting. He and his other teammate Rock Lee were trying to fight off the dozens of ninja. Naomi was holding our Rasengan in each hand as she jumped high. Just give us the girl, brat. We may not even let you Naomi landed on him from above, shoving the Rasengan into the man's shoulder, breaking his arm and at the socket and crushing his ribs. Naomi stood up. You can't have her. We're taking her to the land of snow, so leave or we'll end you. Naomi was redheaded like her mother, but she possessed a natural talent and already mastered the 2 jutsu that made Minato famous. Okay, sure, give a freaking child the flying Raijin. She looked around at the men. She only had 2 Hiraishin kunai, and Lee and Neji kept them so she could get to them quickly. Guy was fighting another ninja that appeared to be their leader. Guy had activated 3 gates and was barely keeping up. 4th gate, 5th gate, 6th gate, 7th gate, gate of joy, open. Naomi looked at her sensei as he released 7 of the 8 gates. The man smirked and crouched. Cyberpath, power at 75%. The man had a yellow piece of glass over each eye. He had on a leather trench coat, black pants, and black shoes. His hair was short and he had light facial hair. Then he gripped the trench coat and ripped it off, exposing something truly shocking. His arms and most of his torso were mechanized. He caught Guy's punch with his left hand. "Wanna know a secret?" the man asked. "When I was a kid, I was in a Genin squad, always trying to catch up to my teammates, never getting much stronger. I was the brains of the group, so I realized that there was another option. I based my body on 2 things. A puppet user from Suno who had a mechanical hand and a man with ripple patterns in his eyes. He was able to consort his body into technological generations past what we have currently. He allowed me to study the technology his body could become if I would make him a few things. 85% of my body is mechanical, made of metal that is harder than carbon steel. Once I did this, my teammates thought I was a freak, so I ended them." His free hand separated and changed to look like a cannon with a red light coming from inside it. He aimed it at Guy's chest, but at the last second a chain grabbed it and yanked his arm to the right, just as it fired a beam of red energy that cut into the landscape. Naomi had a glowing chain in her hand. "So basically, you're a nerd." The man narrowed his eyes. "Those chains are interesting. I enjoy strangling you with them." Guy used the power of the 7 gates to deliver an earth-shattering punch to the man's cheek. It made him skid back and spit some blood. "You're very strong. I wonder if I can replicate the boost you get within yourself." "Raizen-sama, more leaf than are on their way," called the man with the katana. The man now known as Raizen sighed. "Guess I'll have to finish you quickly." Raizen, the ultimate machine. Raizen extended his arm, a black blade with a flat tip. He and Guy got into a blur of motion that was completely impossible to follow. Guy only able to keep up because he was a master of taijutsu. Neji used a vacuum palm to send the nin through the air. Lee smashed the man back down to the ground with a powerful axe kick. Boom. Naomi turned. Guy had used up the last of his strength and one final punch to Raizen's stomach. The blow carried such tremendous force that it obliterated the area around them. Raizen flew back into a wall, making it crumble down on top of him. Naomi ran to Guy. "Sensei, help is on the way. Just stay still. You." Naomi looked to the pile of boulders and rubble. The rubble exploded out. Ingrate. Ingrate? Raizen was there, a dent in the metal in his chest and a golden liquid leaking from the sides. He placed a palm in his chest and examined the liquid. My concussion gel is leaking. I'll take hours to fix this." It'll take hours to fix this. He glared at Guy. You'll pay for that. Guy coughed up blood. Naomi, get your teammates and get out of here. I'll hold them off. Guy tried to stand but staggered and fell down. Sensei, I won't leave you behind. I'll end them or die trying. She stood and hurled a kunai. Multi-shadow clone kunai jutsu. The kunai turned into hundreds, but Ryzen dodged each one easily. Foolish girl. You see these lenses over my eyes? I call them eagle perception. It has the prediction qualities and the ability to slow things down like the Sharingan, and the sharpness and perfect sight in all conditions like the Byakugan. Simply put, you can't trick my eyes. Holy crap, you like to brag. Naomi deadpanned. Neji and Rock Lee landed beside her. Naomi, perhaps you shouldn't make the guy who beat Guy mad. Oh, that's funny. The guy who beat Guy. Neji tried to reason with her, getting a smirk from her. Lee smiled. We will defeat him with the power of youth. No, we'll beat him with teamwork. Itachi Uchiha landed directly between them. Naruto, Kara, and Sasuke to either side of them. Rising grimace. It's like I kicked an anthill. He frowned at the gel, still leaking from his chest. Appears I won't be able to play for much longer. Firestyle, great fireball. Sasuke and Itachi blew out two massive fireballs. Wind style, great breakthrough, Naruto bellowed, blasting the wind and increasing the size and potency of the fireball. Ryzen tapped a button on his belt. A yellow barrier appeared around his body just before the fireball hit. Cyber path. 100% power. He yelled through the flames. I have a plan. Attack. Ryzen's body have off a bit of golden and multiple parts of his armor. This is my full power. Try to keep up. Yeah, the grammar in this isn't the best. He vanished from sight, a dust cloud replacing him in a burst of wind that stunned the group. What power, Kara exclaimed. Instantly, Naruto's orb shot out like sharply pointed tentacles, trying to impale Ryzen. Ryzen easily dodged him and sliced at Naomi, only to have her vanish in a flash of yellow light. Ryzen grinned. So that's the famous jutsu of the 4th Hokage. Seems it has tremendous potential for evasion and surprise attack. With 50 Chunin able to use that jutsu, I could take out any army, or 10 Jonin. The blade in his arm retracted. He smiled. Four of you have Kage level reserves. I have no doubt I could end any of you one-on-one, but all of you could cause more damage that I'll have to repair. So, see you later. Then he turned and vanished in another incredible burst of speed. Itachi knelt over Guy and began using a basic healing jutsu to help him. Naomi waved at Kara, then turned her eyes to Naruto. Big brother, she whispered. He heard and nodded at her. She smiled brightly. Unlike Kara, Naomi loved Naruto and admired him, but their parents pushed her away from him and towards Kara. She always wanted to play with him, but couldn't. How are you? Naruto was idly reminded of Hinata as she smiled nervously at him. I'm fine, Naomi. How are you? Besides being attacked by the Terminator, Naruto chuckled at that. Naomi smiled brightly. Training mostly. Guy Sensei trains us into dirt on a regular basis, but my taijutsu's improved greatly, so it's worth it. Anyways, we're actually on a mission escorting a mean lady back to Snow Country so she can be a princess, but with Guy like he is, I doubt we can protect her. Itachi looked at the princess, who just turned her nose up at the Uchiha prodigy. We'll take you. This is now a joint mission. Neji and I need all the details for this mission. Kara walked over and held her fist out. Fox wants to talk to you. Naruto raised an eyebrow, but bumped her fist anyway. Instantly, Naruto and Kara went ankle deep in water, standing in front of a gigantic caged fox. Welcome to my humble abode, children. The fox's voice was deep, and powerful enough to make the water ripple. It's polite to give your name when meeting someone. Naruto crossed his arms. The fox scoffed. No one asked my name since the first Hokage's wife was my container. Very well, I am Kurama. Naruto bowed. It's nice to meet you, Kurama. I'm Naruto. Now why do you need to speak to me? Kurama leaned forward, staring at Naruto inquisitively. I feel my father and uncle in you. Hey, yeah. Why is that? Naruto looked surprised. You feel them in me? He nodded. My uncle's presence is stronger in you, and a lot of it is dormant. If they have taken interest in you, then I will as well. At the moment you can't use your sage cloak because your chakra will burn your body out. My chakra has unique healing abilities. I can't give you chakra, but I can change your chakra. It will be more potent, but you'll have the same amount you've got now. I only need your permission. Naruto thought for a moment. Can I trust you? My uncle apparently trusts you, so I will help you and not harm you whatsoever, the fox swore. Skadoosh. Ryzen, I see your mission was unsuccessful. Ryzen was in a chair with the armor plating on his arm on a table next to him, and he was adjusting the inside with strange tools. A man with orange hair and purple swirled eyes was in the doorway. Sorry, Pain. The gravity in the room increased so much it was hard for Ryzen to breathe. I don't care for your excuses. Get it done before the princess can bring spring to the snow country, Pain ordered angrily. Then he turned on his heel and began to walk away. Wait, after this, are we free to go? Ryzen asked, standing worried about something. Pain glared at him over his shoulder. I haven't decided yet. If you fail, it won't matter, because I'll end the two of you myself. Ryzen turned back to his dismantled arm. I promise you, Helia, I will get us out of here, Ryzen thought to himself. Ryzen lifted up a small red tube and placed it inside his arm. Inside a piece of metal that looked like a bone. Or die trying, he added, with grim determination. Naruto grinned at Kurama. Sounds good to me, Kurama. The giant nine-tailed fox matched Naruto's grin and bumped fists with him. In the real world, Naruto's eyes popped open and his body was covered in greenish-blue flames like chakra. Then the wind kicked up tremendously as his chakra cloak turned orange and gold. His hair spiked up higher and it was fading in certain areas every couple of seconds. Naruto felt powerful, like he could rip a hole in the earth all the way to the other side. His orbs had a similar orange and gold aura. The group around him was awed by the strange powerful transformation. Kara fell back, stunned that the Nine-Tails did this to her brother. Naruto? How do you feel? Sasuke asked. Awesome, he replied as the gold chakra went inside his body. Hey, where'd it go? He asked confused. Kara replied after a moment. Kurama says you gotta learn to control the cloak, and that it'll be extremely difficult. He also says good luck. Tell him I said thanks, Naruto replied happily. Alright team guy, since your sensei requires medical treatment, I need you to take him back to the Leaf Village. We will finish your mission for you. Itachi told the other team as Lee and Naomi were putting Guy on a stretcher. Lee smiled. I was actually going to ask you that anyway. Neji nodded, and Naomi looked disappointed not being able to finish the mission with Naruto. Itachi then walked over from Guy to retrieve the mission scroll and get any extra information he could. Never a dull moment, eh Naruto? Sasuke asked, smirking. Naruto grinned. Not with you guys, that's for sure. Hey, I've been thinking, Itachi said the easiest way to get Mangekyo Sharingan was to kill someone you love, right? Because the emotion you feel pushes you over the edge. Sasuke nodded. Yeah, otherwise you gotta keep your Sharingan active for 7 days and nights without deactivating it. That's how Itachi did it. I can only go 2 days before the pain forces my eyes to deactivate. Naruto scratched his head. Or you could get Itachi to put you in a realistic genjutsu and make you kill them. Sasuke stopped. He was gonna say stupid, but he knew how powerful Itachi's genjutsu were. That might actually work. And that's where I'm gonna end it today, guys. I hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.